feel locked in a cage. Ink on my fingers look like my past. Chasing the panels, the stories won't last. Why not? Why not? Why not? Let's make a deal. Trade my soul for a cover that's real. Why not? Why not? This paper's cold. Every issue a story that's gotta be told.
Hey everybody, it's Wednesday. It's what not, why not time. We've got a full panel tonight. We've got some more even coming. So first up, our infamous crazy drinker from Pennsylvania. It's Pilsner Props.
What's going on, everybody?
And we've got, Wyatt's here too. All right, we've got Mr. Punisher Rider, who's also in PA. You know, parts unknown, but PA. So
that's right. Me and Pilsner representing the East Coast, baby.
All right, and of course we have we lost Pilsner, but we've got Skipping Stones backstage as well. Let's bring her in.
Hello, hello.
And we've got a newcomer to the What Not Why Not family. He's sitting backstage. He's the crazy man from Florida. We met him at MegaCon. He doesn't actually get stuff, actual things to hold his comics. He just uses the Geminis to haul them around. Why, it's Starter Wyatt.
What's up?
Hey, bro.
How you doing?
I'm doing good. But
Good.
tonight, you're not my favorite streamer's favorite streamer.
Oh, imagine.
Oh, we're just busting you. We're just busting you, buddy. You're everybody's favorite streamer's favorite streamer.
Oh, I'm just getting cheesy and stupid. What are we doing tonight?
All right. Well, tonight we're gonna talk. We've got the topics. First up, we've got how to mod somebody. So anyone can jump in. If you don't know, for new sellers, how to create a mod, you can go back and see our previous shows to say why you need a mod. But anybody can pop in.
When you're setting up a show, set up the three allowed mods. Talk to people, build a base. Start the show with 3 people who are likely to pop in. Do not depend on assigning mods after you're running.
Okay. Anybody else? How do you mod?
Go ahead and tap on their name, and a prompt will come up, and it'll say "Allow to moderate." Do not accidentally hit remove from show, because it's very easy to do. They're right on top of one another, which I think is crazy. Also, going off on something Pilsner, yeah, you should always try to pre-stage a couple mods, people that are always in your show and that you trust. But it also depends on the show. If you have certain things going on, pop in a moderate, somebody that'll help you, and somebody that you know is going to do a good job for you. I mean, it's mods are invaluable. They really are. So
Yeah.
And I want to say, take care. Sorry, I want to say also take care of your mods. You know, they're working for you.
Yep. And Starter Wyatt learned real quick, you don't mod me. That's the worst thing you can do. I get power hungry and I kick people everywhere.
I've gone through and modded more than a handful of people all at once. Just having fun and being like, on a smaller show, just to get people involved. I'm like, look, now you can see these censored words, tonight you can read the word boobs, and it gets people interacting, gets them involved. It makes it a lot of fun,
Yeah, there's not a limit to after the show starts, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Three pre, and then you can add as many as you want during.
I thought it was 5 pre. Is it 3 now?
Last I tried, it was eliminated 3, but
Uh,
I
Mhm.
haven't run in a while.
but cool. All right. So that's how you mod. Anyone that's paying attention that wants to know, that's how you do it. So next up, our topic is how to prepare for a flat rate stream. Not only just preparing, but actually setting your shipping and stuff up. So anybody who's done a flat rate stream?
I do flat rate streams.
Okay. Punisher, I don't think you do, right?
I do it just for raids. When we do a raid train, I'll do a flat rate box. That's pretty much it. But I know how to do it. I usually help a lot of people with shipping on whatnot. So
Okay. And Pilsner, I know you haven't done one in a long
Nope.
time.
I've actually never done one. I did a stacker show, which worked worse than that, and it cost me hundreds of dollars.
And I know Wyatt's done them. So, what's the we'll go around the horn, starting with Punisher, or actually we'll start with Wyatt and go opposite. Um, what do you do to prepare for a flat rate stream? How do you get stuff all set up?
So for me, one of the biggest things is actually getting the boxes set up beforehand.
But you got to depend on Punisher for that, so good luck.
Yeah, I get the boxes set up. I make sure that there's enough supply, that the boxes are different, a little bit individual, and I try to get something that's exciting as like a chaser and like somewhere towards the top that I could show off and sort of build a little bit more excitement towards the end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
That's actually very valuable because most flat rate shows are here are all my Valiant books. I'm trying to unload cheap.
Yep.
There's no incentive.
Yeah. We all have those long boxes in the garage, under the car, or the carport, basement, attic, kids' rooms.
Yeah. Well, the kids' room. That's just holding up other stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
those are load bearing long boxes. Skipping, what do you do to prepare for flat rate stream?
Well, I think one of maybe I do it a little differently because I do price break. I mean, it's priced up to 5 books and then goes into flat rate. The 5th book and then beyond is flat rate. You got to make sure that your profile is set up for flat rate shipping, and that's done in your shipping profile. Then you go and I do 4 to 7 ounces, and then by the 5th book, it becomes flat rate. And then from that point on, I can get 60 books in a large flat rate box, and I roll with it.
Okay. Mr. Punisher?
it's kind of like what Wyatt does. When I do it, for like the raid shows, I sit there and I preload the box already and then have the chaser on it. Maybe one or two different things that are going to start seeing the bidding go up towards the end. Most people do it about 5 minutes, so they have time to throw the box in and kind of show the books. That's about the average for some people do it in 2 minutes. And then you want to have that thing where at the end where the bidding really starts kicking on in about 10 seconds or less, you want to have that book that now everybody's going to start bidding on. And I believe that's the best way to do your flat rate boxes. But I mean, I've also seen them where you have people just want to get a bunch of books for a cheap rate. So, and I mean, people like reading, people like whatever, they give it away to people. I mean, if you're a newer streamer, I highly suggest go on to one of these flat rate shows, get yourself a cheap box and do it as your giveaway books. especially if your
Perfect
inventory's
idea.
low or something like that, and you're just trying to start out. That's great giveaways. Don't give away your good shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's stuff you're going to make money on.
Yep.
Get, this is a great thing to just give that stuff away, or give a little extra incentive and something when people buy stuff.
Yep.
So that's what my recommendation is for that.
Okay. Pilsner, what?
So I
Oh,
haven't done one, but I guess a question for people that have. And I've seen both options. If you're going to do a flat rate, are you putting your 30 to 50 books aside? You already have your flat rate prepped before you show it?
Absolutely. What I'm saying
And
is, if you
Yeah.
already lay your
but
flat rate
do you
boxes
see
out,
better value on that, right? Because like
if you lay
I
your
watch,
flat rate boxes out already pre-made and you already know how many books are going to go in each box, you can basically just pull a box, put the books to the side, and just show them that you're dropping them in.
yeah. Well, and
Yes.
that's what I'm asking because I've watched lots of people do that, and then our buddy the interrupter today was filling boxes at the end of a show, and it was filler fodder, right? And they weren't moving. And I see a lot of people that do that for their whole flat rate show.
yeah,
I'm
some
just
people can.
yeah,
Some
and
people.
but like power hockey camps, they can fill a box with shit all day long without having to prep it. It all
Yeah.
depends on your inventory.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
as we're trying to teach new sellers, there's a technique to this too.
Prep it. Themed boxes like
Yep.
Spider-Man, whatever. But one thing that I did learn from power hockey camps, and this is important. Well, two things. One, he double boxes because when it gets it's pretty heavy, so he'll double box it to make sure that in case one goes, if one goes,
Yes.
the other
Your
one
small
doesn't.
rectangle in the large cube
Yeah,
flat rate.
yeah. Number two is that you actually use stuff that you've gotten from other people, your extra bubble, bubble stuff or whatever, to pad the sides so that the books don't shift around, especially if they're not bagged and boarded, so you can get more in. You can pad the sides so they don't move around and they will get there as they should. Plus something on the bottom and on the top to keep the books a little safe.
Also, and power hockey does it, not enough people do, rotate that box every 15 books.
Yes, that's especially if it's not bagged and boarded.
Oh,
Yeah,
especially if it's
Yeah.
not back and board. One, it's a huge value for the customer. Two is you're not stacking all those spines on one side.
Yep.
yep, exactly. So those are the things that I think for prepping. But yeah, a, a a themed box like a Spider-Man or an adult box or a whatever type of box kind of gets it. But here's one other thing that I've seen that I kind of like, and maybe it'll help other people. We were talking about the book at the end to try to, be that hitter that'll bump it up. What if you do that maybe a quarter of the way in, half the way in, and you actually put that book kind of sitting up straight at
Yeah.
the back of the box so that it's actually there, you can
In view
see
the
it
whole time.
the whole time,
Well,
right?
yeah, because I guess that's my question. Because like, I haven't done them, I've watched them. I'm like, even if I'm buying 30 to 40 claim show books in a box, right? And I pay $20. What am I going to do with them? Gibbies are a great idea, but it'd be great to get something I can get value out of or PC out of. How do you bait people into driving that price above? Because I watch it buy full boxes go for $5. How do you generate interest in it? Just like Santa's bringing up.
Well, I've seen a couple different things. One, I've seen it where people are trying to get rid of stuff they don't want, and like Wyatt said, the boxes and everything people have. And then I've also seen it lately, and where I actually watch and hit from are people that are trying to get out of selling comics or just trying to unload their whole collection, and you actually get decent stuff in almost a whole box.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like just hit or miss basically when you do them. If you have somebody that does it every week, more than likely it's just going to be some random stuff in a collection they didn't feel like selling separately. And then you have the ones that are trying to just get out of the business or try to just get rid of some stuff to make more room, and you might hit a lot nicer stuff.
Oh, I agree. And you're going to find those people. I think that we all do that. You go onto the app, you filter the new and noteworthy, and you look for low population count in a room, right? 'Cause we're all looking for volume. But I think that the subject is a necessary evil of acquiring collections or mystery boxes or whatever habit you have.
Mhm.
All right. Well, that pretty much got your setup. Now, when you're running, how do you? So again, we're going to start with Wyatt and go counterclockwise. How do you run it?
Now I've set my timer down from like 3 to 4 minutes, and I'm going through relatively quickly on 40 to 50 books. And I try not to like having it's the same as having the boxes set up. The reason I do that is so that there's not a lot of lag time. It drives me crazy today when I know there's a book somewhere and I got to stop what I'm doing and search for it, and it kills that. My kids call it like a flow state where I'm moving and I want to be on to the next thing, and we've got the population that buys from us there. The attention span goes by like that. So the less time you have lagging, even if you're doing it thoroughly and showing the books, you want to be consistently moving and moving and moving on to the next thing. So I had to, through trial and error, I figure out sweet spot for me is 3 minutes to 3:30 on a box, and that gets me through 40 to 50. You know what I mean?
Okay, nice.
So,
Yep. Sorry, didn't mean to
yeah,
cut
no, good.
Skipping. How do you normally run it when you're doing a flat rate show?
Okay, so I misunderstood what you guys were talking about at first. So now I'm caught in. Sorry about that, you guys. I have done those boxes, and when I did those, I just had stacks on my table, and I just grabbed from the stacks, and I just started adding the books, and I ran for about 3 minutes, and I just added books, and I won't do those again. I'm not a fan. I will buy them. And the ones I find that are really good to buy from are from like the storage auction guys
Yeah, they
that
don't care what
have.
they have.
Yeah, they don't. They're just tossing books in, but you got to be careful with that too, because they don't pack them right. They don't know what they're doing. But you can get some good stuff in there, right? And I've watched more than I've actually ran. But I did run a show that was all that, and it was a very lucrative show. It was a very lucrative show. I got to say that.
Okay.
Well,
So
but you're in a different position because you're not buying collections that are going to end up with the flat rate type of books.
true.
You're definitely going to have some in what you're working with, but like Wyatt, Punisher, if they're buying collections, they're going to end up with a whole bunch of dark horse number sixes of shit that number one didn't sell. You know.
Mhm.
correct.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to have that as I go through my the inventory. There's going to be stuff that's not going to sell, and that's the stuff that for the
This is stuff Santa heats his house with.
Yes.
right. Well, that's the stuff I use for the follower giveaways, that for people that don't buy and that come in, the Givey Goblins and stuff like that. That's perfect inventory for that. But it's also you know it may be something that I end up as towards the end, when I've got all, I ran through everything, that I sell for $5, right? And let somebody else have it for reading material, for packing material, for crafting. There's all kinds of stuff that you can use paper for.
Well, speaking of, like, I buy off eBay. I think we still all do. I don't know how many random shredded books I get as packing material.
Mhm.
Yep.
It's valid,
Oh.
right? Moisture
Yep.
damage books, whatever.
Yeah. Well, Punisher, what do you what do you do when you're running them? Do you do 3 minutes?
Well,
Do you do
let's just be honest. I don't really run them except for when I have a 30-minute show for a raid giveaway. Me personally, unless it's something that I know that they're trying to just dump all their books for, I'm not going to drop his name, but he just wanted out of the comic book business, so he was doing it. So I picked up like 3 boxes of cool stuff. Me personally, I'd rather do a claim show more than a flat rate show. I want to know what I'm getting, and I want to know what books I want. I don't want a long box or a couple more short boxes of stuff I just don't want. So me personally, I don't really care for them for most part. That's
Okay.
why I don't run them.
All right. Well, that's fine. Um, it seems, well, Mr. Interrupter, since he didn't show up,
Again,
yeah.
motherfucker.
Well, it's he's got the smart move where it's, his Saturday show is his new stock and whatever, so he does the five
Well,
dollars.
his
Then he does
declining,
the three,
yeah,
and
his
then he does
declining dollar value is really smart.
the,
I'll agree with that.
yeah, and then it ends up in the flat rate box.
Yep.
If he can't sell it in the $5, $3, $10 range, it just goes into the flat rate box and get rid of it. Just make don't keep those books because they're not going to sell, especially if you've done it a couple times.
Well,
Get
yeah,
them out,
you're
make
right.
them into
Because
money.
I think that everyone, and I don't know if skipping reruns a whole lot, but we've all been there. You can run a book 3-4 times, and it takes the right person. But at some point, you're now upside down on your goddamn time on it. Throw it in the box.
Those books that I'm rerunning are different copies. I very rarely run a book twice. Very rarely. They go in my they end in my giveaway stack. I almost never rerun a book twice.
It's another situation where you have a different scenario. We all started off with extras from our PC, duplicates, stuff we didn't want to keep. Like, how many people that are here right now at Punisher, Wyatt, you guys, you run Punisher filler books, Silver Surfer filler books over and over, and then you get the one right person, right?
Yep, sometimes.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, a friend of mine,
but the business wise, where do you draw the line? Is the question.
Right. What was it you were about to say? What?
I got a friend of mine who he kind of thinks the opposite. He's like, if it's holding space and he knows where it's at, he waits in the most, like, we joke about it. He says one of the greatest things you ever hear in a whatnot room is, do you have any Superman? And when a chat like
once a month.
Oh my God! When they do the do you have any Superman, and you've got a box that came in of Superman, and that you get that guy who just, or girl who just wants that whole run. I've seen it happen. I've seen books that I couldn't understand it on the right Saturday, the right room. You had 2 or 3 people in there who were just looking for every issue that you had, and they could be just run filler. And if you're paying, if you're buying them right, and they go for whatever they go for, and I get it as excited as, like, when I can sell a book for $5 that I bought for 30 cents, like, that's a great day to me. I get a bigger kick out of that than I do for one for $600. That's not true. I really do enjoy the ones that
you do, especially when you sell the Vampy one.
Liar.
Well, I tell you to do it at a specific price, but do it on the Vampy show, not on the preview show, and get.
Oh my God, dude! Yeah, that one. That still haunts me a little bit.
Well, I told you to do it at a price, but on the Vampy show.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I had it. I'm like, anyways. Yeah, so those are the flat rate streams. Now I've heard from a couple things when you do it, it helps to also have your printer and whatnot done so that you can actually print them out right away, and it doesn't hurt you as much when you're doing the shipping at the end. It's a lot easier to do if you're doing multiple boxes. Like actually printing, uh, like taping it up
The
and printing out the label right there for that person.
I wish I could work
interesting.
that fast. If I could, I'm a one man show, so if I could print those out as I was going, like, but that would throw me for a loop. I'd be like, oh, hold on, everybody, like, oh, well, hold on, and then boom, 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 boom. I mean, the music cuts off, it throws me off, you
Okay.
know. So, but that's just me. I'm like, whoo,
Well,
I wish I
I've
could do that.
I've heard it, like I've seen it in a couple shows where they don't set it up right, so it doesn't kick to the new box on their
Yeah,
second box, right, for shipping or
or
whatever.
they still have it set to where it's flat rate box price and continues on and on.
Yeah,
So
correct.
either the weight's not on there or their setting isn't right. That my first couple shows that kept happening to me on flat rates, and I would have to have the settings in front of me. But Whatnot, reach out to Whatnot and they can walk you through on setting that up exactly.
Yeah, there's actually a page for
Yeah,
setting up the whatnot. I'm going to add it into the comments of the show,
cool.
the link directly to whatnot settings for the thing. I'm just saying it seems like from the people, but you're right. Everyone that I've talked to that has said it said it was they were they were a two-man show.
Hmm.
So so yeah, that can happen. Okay. Well, we're going to move on to our next topic. Hopefully, Skippin gets back in. Um, our next topic is promoting. Well, this was her. Oh, there we go. I heard her come back in. So good, because this was her topic that she wanted. This is promoting streams and being when you're in a stream, if you boost a seller or whatever. So I'm going to have Skip and start this one off since this was your topic. You did a little research on it. So tell us what you did and what you found out.
Okay, so when sorry, when it comes to boosting another seller, I've done it 3 times. And from that seller, I watched the people come in from the boost, and I believe it only does it for about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes of boosting, right? And I they got a number of people that click throughs, and from each seller I talked to afterwards, they only got a few purchases, but they got a lot of followers. And when it comes to so I don't know that it was worth it, really. I mean, it was worth it for me to promote them, of course, but the dollar amount, I don't know that they would have profited had they done it themselves, right? Now, when I did it, I did 3 shows. I got, out of the 3 shows, I got 1,237 clicks. I got 5 new buyers, and I made $50 more than I spent. On my average show, I get 12 to 15 buyers new. So I do not believe it's worth it.
So ultimately, all it
That was
does is move you up the list, right? Which
well,
you
so
can do through your engagement,
right,
whether it be
exactly.
giveies and chat, right? I'm asking. Just moves you up higher in the preview, so people don't have to scroll down to find you as a
That's true.
non-follower.
That's true.
Yeah.
Exactly. And but I promoted at I promoted at $25 an hour, and for each show, and my profits, I made $50 more than I spent, but that's not, if I was buying the books, I would have taken a loss,
Oh yeah, because
right?
our buddy the Interrupter is a perfect example. I watched somebody boost one of his shows, and Steve usually has a pretty good following, and it was a show where he didn't. It was off night, whatever, off schedule. Somebody boosted him, and he got a flood of people. Didn't really sell product, and then as soon as the boost was done, he dropped down to 5 people. It was a very much feed the game. You want engagement, you have to keep paying, whether you or your chat has to keep paying.
Exactly. It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's like that extended warranty that they
Yeah,
keep trying to
I'm
sell
here.
you.
I'm here.
I mean,
I'm
if you
here.
think
not
about
worth
it, it's very similar.
It
It's that
is.
God,
extended warranty.
I'm gonna
It's
buy from Punisher just so I get his address to mail him letters.
I'll give you my address, big boy.
Yeah, well,
That's funny.
that's good. That's good to hear. Wyatt, have you tried it? Have you been able to try the boosting stuff?
Yeah, so I was on a show the other night with Winter Soldier. We were in the chat of a new seller, and the kid had good books. You could tell, and he was getting into his flow. He was talking and everything like that. And then Winter hit him with $10. I hit him with 15, and got that community boost thing for him. And it went from being the 3 or 4 of us in that chat to about 10 or 15. It was his first show ever. You know, we kept leaning in to tell him. And I mean, it brings us back. He modded us right away because we were interacting with his books. We're like, that's a first appearance. That's a key, yada, yada, yada. You know, and I noticed that I got a couple more follows out of that because we were talking and, but at the end of the day, the kids sold a few more books. People were bidding. You know, I find that more than the boosting for like advertising or for marketing is the relationships we build. Like when Punisher comes into my chat or Flat comes into the chat, we shout out. We're like, "Oh, it's our boy," you know, and we in Flat will make fun of me or you know, and we always try we try to build each other up. And that networking, and when I show up into the room, somebody gives me a shout out. And it's I find that maybe it's a little idealistic, but that helping out other people has been the biggest draw. You know, if I go in and rather than if I want to boost, I have one friend who all he does is boost other shows, and then I go in, I've bought a couple books and told him give it away. You know what I mean? Don't send me whatever, a sticker, but give away the book. And that little bit of act of generosity, just a little bit, people remember that stuff. I remember the first time there used to be the guy, oh man, what was his name? He came into my show and he bought a $200 book and then he said, give it away. And I was like, holy crap. And that's crazy to me. And I was like, oh my God, but I was new to the app. It was one of the great, I saved that guy. If I was in my house, I could go to the thing. I saved that guy's sticker, from when he was with his name and address on it. He changed names, profiles, but yeah, those things are memorable. And
It was probably Pilsner, but he was drunk.
Yeah, could be.
It sure wasn't me because I'd be like, give me that book now.
Yeah.
Give me it faster.
God, I'm giving away thousands of books.
He went by
I don't
Whatnot
fucking
Santa.
care.
He went by the Whatnot Santa for a while, and then it was something else. But it was crazy.
So,
I've
but
seen people go in and do gifting, but never.
They took it away. I used to gift the shit out of stuff. because it would create such mayhem for the seller when they're trying to pack stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I would go to a show and give 30, 40 fucking books at $1 a piece. Fuck you. See you tomorrow.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Being the realistic though, Whatnot's eating off of that. Whatnot is eating it as
Well,
like a side hustle
they
off the whole
are,
promotion.
because that's my question. What's the return on investment there, right?
The little bit,
The-
it's not long enough for the money that you're putting in. What is it, 35 to boost? It should be
25.
more than a few minutes.
Well, yeah. The
Yeah.
only one that makes money off it is Whatnot. If you pay for it yourself or your friends are doing it, which they'd be better off tipping you. Everyone would make out better, right? You throw them some shit that you had to the side for them. Because we all hold books for people we know,
Mhm.
right?
It's like going to
Yeah.
a peep show. It's almost like,
Yeah.
think about it. It's almost
That's
like
a
going to a
perfect
peep
example.
show, put a couple dollars in, and all of a sudden the curtain starts coming back across.
Yep.
Yeah, that is exactly what happens. There's
This-
no
this
return
sounds
on
like-
investment on that boost or promote your own show.
This
No,
sounds like from a personal experience, Punisher.
There's so much personal experience.
Listen, I'm
that was an
just
Santa saw
oddly
ankles and he
specific
was content.
reference.
So sorry, skipping.
Oh, I was
Sorry.
just going to say, I find what helps better if you want to help a seller out is to buy some of their books. This is what I do. I'll buy some of their books and then I give them away on my stream and I shout them out on my stream.
Nice.
And I've gone into new sellers and I've asked them, what's your most expensive book? And typically it's around, $75, $100, $150. And I've said, okay, let me get it. And
Yeah.
then I give it away on my stream and I ask everyone to follow them. And that has been the better promotion for the dollar than it has been not only for me, but also for them.
Yeah,
As
the
far as-
engagement will go way further.
It does.
Yeah.
And it also builds that relationship. It does the relationship building, not only for me and that seller, but also for the community. It also gives them a lot of exposure because typically I have, anywhere from 30 to 50 people in my room at any given time. And that gives, and people get to see, I unbox the box so they can see how the person packages it, which is something that we all want to know, right? It gives them the opportunity to see what kind of books they have. And it sees
Unless you get
that
something from Punisher and you bitch the whole time that it's taking forever.
well, it's the damn tape,
If
man.
only he knew a fucking guy.
Yes. Fucking Jesus.
I'm talking 3M investment there.
Yeah, no kidding. It's like Scott. What is the packing tape? It's like you don't have to pay for. Oh wait, you don't.
Packing
No
supplies
comment.
are us.
I'm thinking we're gonna have to get what was Elon's thing when he got into the government?
The Doge.
The
Yeah,
Doge. I think we're gonna
Doge.
have to go do a Punisher's place.
Audit.
there. Yeah, audit that. I think there's a lot of missing tape.
But this also goes full circle. If you do like what Skippin does and myself and Starter Wyatt and Pilsner and but it's also up to the new sellers to go out and network in other shows.
Absolutely.
Dude, I
Introduce
bring that up
themselves.
so
They have to
goddamn
put the
much.
work in.
Yes.
Absolutely.
It doesn't matter
Yes.
if I promote you for 3 hours and you get a couple people in your room and you have 5 good books and you sell them and all good. You're having a great show. People are buying and everything. But then if you stop and think that everything's going to be like that every time, you're in for a bad time because
Oh, yeah.
The app favors your first one or two shows too, which people still don't realize.
Yeah.
You're going to be fake successful right off the bat, and then big sad.
Yep. I saw a girl tonight. She's like, "Oh my gosh, we have 108 people in here." and it's our first show, and I'm like, oh, yep, and
Yep.
yeah, and I was like, here it comes. I mean that is. It does. They know what they're doing, because if you go in there and you have a huge first show, and then or two, God forbid, you are hooked. You are hooked.
Yep.
You
It's
know?
a drug. This app is the app we're talking about definitely knows how to sell the addiction as a buyer and seller.
Yes.
Yeah.
That and the vultures, because
Oh yeah.
a lot of people are putting this is the first show. Well, guess what?
Guess what? We all
that's a
look for
red
that.
flag. That's a red flag for all the people to come in and vulture all the books from you at the beginning. So
That's what Starter Wyatt does. He goes there and goes, "Oh, you're a new buyer. I'll take all your big books."
yes, I've seen him in there. He's like, oh, flat came in. Damn it, I was getting all the good stuff.
Oh, you guys get it. Shoot.
Oh, trust me, there's a couple of us in here and a couple of us on the stream. If we happen to go into a new Spire show and we see each other, it's like, oh shit, I guess I'm not getting that shit for that cheap anymore.
Yeah,
Nope.
pretty much.
Nope.
That's what it is. Because a lot of us won't bid against each other, and that's the thing on networking.
Yeah. I always feel bad.
Yeah.
Like, oh, sorry. Yep.
Well, yeah, but even the networking, it's like if I would have raid Wyatt, whatever, 10 times, I'm not going to be on all the times he's on. If he raids me once, you know what a boost that is? That is more than anyone will ever spend on a paid promotion that we talked about.
Yeah. Yeah. Raids.
Right?
And raiding
If
into
you don't
people is actually more of a boost than that boosting.
Well, yeah, because you're bringing
Yeah.
10 people, but you might only get 3 from $25 spend.
Mm.
I want to say something too about that. If you're because I've rated I rate every time I do it, right? And I try and pick different people and rate new sellers and stuff. And I noticed that the new sellers, when they get rated, they'll I don't even know if maybe it's because they're still so new, they start fumbling, they start, and the people start leaving, and I'm like, run that shit,
Yeah.
stop asking,
Yeah.
do you want this? Do you want
You
this?
get
No,
rated,
run this.
put up
Run it.
a big book, and run a gibby to keep them there.
Yeah,
Bam.
exactly.
Yeah,
'Cause,
that's the one thing you should do is
Yeah,
If
you'll
you
lose them.
raid somebody, if you get raided by somebody, show appreciation and run a giveaway. Seriously, I mean that is the least you could do.
yes.
Yep.
Absolutely.
And then
Absolutely.
it comes
Have
back
team
to your
set up.
mods too. Asking your mods to put those people's names in the chat. Make sure you give them a follow, bookmark their shows. Because those little reminders, like, I mean, I know I've got the memory of a goldfish. When I go into a show, I'm like, oh, where was I? You know. But
You're on what not, why not start.
thank you.
What? Who am I? What? Where am I?
It's called
Exactly.
Somebody help
Swiss cheese
me.
brain.
Yeah, no. Being able to the rules of the road, or the rules of whatnot. If you always raid into somebody, and if you get raided, do a giveaway or some sort of appreciation, whether it's run a big book for $1 or something
Yeah.
like that, right? Even if you don't have a giveaway and you don't have stuff, run a bigger book, or it doesn't have to be your biggest book, but run a bigger book at $1 if you can, right? If you can afford it. That shows appreciation to say, hey guys, this is new. This is the types of books that I've got. Stick around. You're going to want to spend some money.
And this also goes full circle again back to your mods. Number one, your mods are promoting people that raid. Number two, if you're a good mod, you know who sellers are, or for the most part, or they know to look on somebody's name and go, okay, they're a seller also. Or if somebody mentions something in the chat, and help promote them in the show. That is all part of being a good mod, also, including with helping a person that you're modding for. Modding it to do it right is not an easy job. It
Oh
is
no, it's not.
it is important because you can have a mod. Oh, I'm a mod. Ooh, or you have a mod that actually does good for you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
One other thing I want to say about when you are the one doing the rating, another way to promote, make sure your name gets recognized, is tip the person. Give them a $5 tip, give them a $10 tip, give them a dollar tip. That gets your name fluttering with money across the screen, right? That gets the attention of people that says, "Oh, they're skipping stones. Oh, she's generous. Oh, let's check her out." Right? It gives you that extra little bump of promoting. And every time I raid someone, I tip them every time.
Well, also, one little thing that I've seen on some people where they'll get something that is specific to them. Like Punisher, I think, does it with middle fingers, or somebody does it with cactuses, or somebody does it with
Yep.
oranges or whatever. Say, hey, when we go on that raid, blast them with whatever emoji or whatever it
Frogs.
is. Yeah, it gives them uh, the engagement right away on the person that you rated, and brings them up because there's more engagement happening right away.
And you're 100% right because when people see they're flooded with cactuses or middle fingers, they know something just happened.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and mid-level to low-level newer sellers, they're not even engaged with the chat, right? So that will call it out. I was in a show today. They had 20 people in the room. They never noticed they got 9 extra people.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that's
And don't use
nerd.
my middle
definitely
finger
draws
raid thing.
attention. It definitely draws attention. That's for sure.
Yeah. Sorry, what?
Don't use my middle finger raid the way I
Nope.
do it.
Nope.
No, Wyatt was saying something.
Everyone is. I'm selling that shit.
I need to be better at that, getting my chat to throw up the frog and stuff. Some of my people do. I forget to tell people when we're rating to do it. But
Well, yeah,
you're
but
absolutely right on that.
you
Also,
just create your thing, whatever it is.
Yep.
Build a brand, right? That's what all these shows have been about.
Yep.
Exactly.
absolutely. I do
That's
it.
that's a very good tip.
I'll even remind them in the chat to stay with me. I go, stay with me, guys. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna jump into somebody else's show. It's a huge thing, especially when you're new. It really means a lot. And check out their books. Give them a little bit of patience. You know, and because sometimes we just forget. We go into another show, and then all of a sudden, like if somebody's, you know, not paying attention, or they're searching for another book, or they're doing, you know, whatever, and sometimes they're just not
Well, yeah,
there yet. You
but
never know what.
there's an inherent challenge because this app is not designed for attention bias at all.
No.
So
And
it
if
really takes some
anything,
work on the seller.
Yeah.
thank the people that rated you.
Yeah.
I know I learned this from JoJo. He will literally stop his show
dude,
until
Weldon is crazy. He doesn't
I
give a
know,
fuck.
and he
He
has
can be running a
26,000
fucking.
followers.
He could be running a $12,000 book, and he goes, "Fuck you guys." Pause.
Yes, but it also shows we thank those people. You know
Yeah.
what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Because they could have rated anybody else on the app, and they decided to rate you.
Yep.
Very true. Very true.
So
And introduce yourself too. Introduce yourself. Take a moment to say, "Hey, this this is what I'm writing right now. Thank you for coming in." You know, and encourage them to follow you, and let them know that they're welcome.
but overall, don't basically on this topic, don't buy into the whatnot bullshit and think that it's going to help you with your show and everything. It might be an instant gratification, but it's gone before you know it. And is it going to be worth? You're already trying to make make it work on this app. You're already trying to establish yourself. Giving Whatnot more of your money is not a
Not
wise
worth
idea.
it.
No,
It's not.
no.
It's not.
The networking.
That's what's going to do
I
it.
can't say it enough. Like, because the show I modded for Punisher and Surtur the other day. Oh boy, he was a buyer. He ran his first show like 2 days before, and boop, they didn't care. Call him out, give him recognition, right?
Call
And
them
I can
out.
tell you, you can ask Pilsner. Pilsner was not a person that we set up for a mod. And usually I mod in that show, but because I was live in Florida, I wanted other people to help mod. And as soon as it was done, me and Pilsner had Pilsner sent me a message, and the first thing I did was thank him.
Well, yeah, and I said no problem, man. That literally that's the community we build, right? You have people
Yep.
you know that you can just lean on. They show up. You say, "Hey, I'll put you to work. 10-4, whatever."
Yeah.
Like, that's it.
You've got your regular mods, but remember again, like we talked about last the mod show, you've got your regular mods, and then you've got your mods, your knowledge mods, right? That are the ones that are helping you to promote a book when it's a key or when it's a whatever. They may not be doing the Rasta Bob, hey everybody bookmark everything, right?
Yeah.
Which you need both. You actually a good stream
Yeah.
needs both.
Now,
Yep.
I actually replaced Flat as one of my guys, not out of any other reason except for that I had these two young guys who came into my show, and one of them is what you're describing, the Rasta Bob, who he lacerated spirit. He promotes other
Lacerate is like another Rasta Bob account. He's
Bro,
everywhere. Does it
he's-
for everybody.
and he's actually tried to cancel givvies that he's won from me, and I won't accept them. I'm like, no. He goes, I didn't buy anything, and I'm like, you just caught my chat going the whole time. Anything I asked
Yeah.
for, can you
Bro
put
put
that
in a
guy? Can you
shift,
tag
right?
somebody? He comes through like fuck gangbusters. So I'll throw $20-$30 books in his box every time because he's just killer. And then I love Lazarus. Yes. And then there's another guy who is my most knowledgeable. He reminds me of Flat, but he's nicer. And
That's not hard.
Yeah, that's a hard bar to fucking test. Come on.
he's every bit, and I'm on here, but he's as knowledgeable as Flat. Like, he's got one of those memories that is just amazing to me, where he's like, oh, look at that book, is it got an error for this or this, is it that was that was a new out, and the amount of knowledge. I'm like, bro, that is why I keep you on every show, and they're my regular go-to, those two. And it's just like you were describing, somebody who's a cheerleader and killer to Frazzy. Yeah. And
Yep,
there's
fucking
also,
Todd. Fucking Todd.
yes. Mhm.
That's Zilla for me.
Nice.
He has a wealth of knowledge. I don't know whether he's got like an encyclopedia sitting right there.
No, he got a lot of vaccines as a kid. And didn't like trains.
I was ready to say Zilla is like unbelievable when it comes to his knowledge on what you put up. And I mean, you're from everywhere, so you're not preloaded, you're not anything. I mean, he just is
Nope.
on top of it. As soon as you put the book up, he knows what issue number it is. He's just
Very big wealth. And Tawny, she's another one that's a fantastic, her knowledge, she's more like the cheerleader type, right?
Mm.
Where and fellers, he does a great job. He's like the doorkeeper guy. And you know and Punisher, you're even like a good cheerleader too. You're like welcome in, greeting them and stuff, everybody.
I'm the
But
controversial one.
yeah,
Mhm.
well, always. But Zilla, he's just the one that's like bam, bam, bam about knowledge. This is a big one. And he'll stop me in my tracks. He'll throw a penis up and he'll like, add more time. This is a big book, because I don't know. I flat out I don't know. Very unless it's one I've sold before and I remember, I don't know. And he's like, stop, and then add more time to the clock, or show this book. You need to show that, and he'll red flag it, with the word penis, right? And um and that gives me the chance to slow down a minute, show the book a little bit better, and let you guys see it, or let everyone see it, and maybe take it out of the bag and take it, and take the time to show the staples a little bit better, or show whatever needs to be shown. And and that, like I said, and like we say it over and over, you guys, if you're going to be a seller, have a very solid group of mods. They are very invaluable. If
Mhm.
I would not have the success I have at this point without my mods, and I thank them all the time. And Punisher, you're here live. Thank you, because it makes a difference so much, just not just for operating the show and the stream at that moment, but in the big overall scheme of it. If you want to be a success, find yourself a group of good mods, because they are everything.
Well, how
As
much
much as
conversation
the
do you
books
guys have off stream to change tactic the next time? Right? It's not just when you're live.
Well, I really don't have a lot of. I mean, we'll talk, a little bit here and a little bit there, but we don't have like we're not like pre-planning nothing. I mean, I'll talk to the mods,
No,
but
but
normally
they've
when I
told you
talk,
about times and shipping settings. These are all things that
nope, never had a conversation really that much about it. I've
really.
gone to Punisher for a few,
See, every time she
and
mentions
if
my
you were,
name, she goes out.
It's not you. It's the feds cut her internet off.
Yeah, they're like, nope.
No,
something, I don't know, but
And I
but
can
I
tell
don't
you,
I don't do a lot of pre-show planning, and I'll get books out. I'll stack my books up. I do not, except for when I did my Star Wars show. I don't do any pre-planning, right? I don't do no pre getting the books together. I don't even have a plan, really. I Other than having just some stacks in here, right? I'm
That
not
gives me.
that's not my style. I'm not saying that that's the best style to have, but that's not my style. My style is I'm surrounded by books to the ceiling, literally wall to wall to the ceiling with books here, and I am just trying to dig my way out. And so my method, I don't suggest for everybody, because my situation is very unique, but um I do think that uh the mods, they they promote you, they help you, they guide you, they just have the best thing you can do as a seller, besides having good product, is having good mods.
And
and
have
I
And
want
don't
to
just
talk a
be
little bit
greedy,
about
because I suck.
modding, if that's okay. I want to talk a little bit about modding. So, modding in different situations. So when you're in Skippin's room as a mod, you don't know what she's going to be putting up. You have Zilla there giving the number, big book, whatever. He's absolutely amazing. Fellers also is interactive, and me and Fellers are more like the bodyguards. If somebody gets stupid, we kick them out.
Absolutely.
Um, um, Now, and Skipping, it's different, because it's not like a request because she don't really accept requests. Now, when I'm a mod in a lot of people that do their own books, um, I mod for Geezer, I mod for Surtur, I mod for, and as mostly their main mod, it's about, hey, this book's being requested in case they don't see it. This book's being requested, this book's being requested. It also, like in a show that's preloaded, You can, like, if I'm modding for Richard, somebody requested this that's in your shop. I do it for Beauty in the Comics when I mod for her. Somebody's requested this. So there's different aspects of being a mod depending on what kind of show you're in. Being a mod in all different types of shows, yes, I do a lot of cheerleading, but it also depends on the interaction I do based on what kind of show it is. I have no idea what Skippin's putting up on, like, Surtur or Geezer, but then in, like, Beauty in the Comics, it's about, okay, somebody requested Alice in Wonderland or Power this or whatever, or Silver Surfer. So that way, in case you missed it, it's automatically, and one thing a mod should do is always put it in a form of a question, so then it's yellow so that the seller can read it quicker, and so it stands out.
And watching their pre-bids, because even if they have a laptop, they might be running it from their phone and the laptop's not nearby.
And on top of that, check the solds for them and see if every payment went through for them. That helps a lot of
Yep.
people too, because some people don't have that laptop sitting beside them and put it to the sold section. So if somebody didn't make their payment, or their
Well,
payment
yeah,
didn't go through because of their bank or whatever nonsense, they know it, because that happened to Richard Soder on his big show. It's like, this person bought this book, and, like, we reran it at the end of the show because they
there's a
didn't
big issue.
correct.
Those people can't even type during chat unless they correct it, so they can't
Yeah.
even communicate. There's an issue.
When a payment doesn't go through, as long as it goes through before the show's over, I mean, you can have a payment not go through at the beginning of your show, and then they fix the payment maybe a half hour, 45 minutes in. That book's sold, so don't resell it.
Yeah.
Oh no,
No, but
I'm saying is we can tell when
but
we
that
are
person
tagging
can
somebody and we are going
tag them
after.
and have them
Absolutely.
DM you, because they can't type in your chat once their payments failed. So have your
Like,
mod communicate.
I've had people that says, I'm fixing my payment right now, so they must be able to type for a minute.
It's
Uh,
if they're verified, they're allowed to. If they're not a verified account, then
Oh,
it block, or they get muted.
I want to answer a question in the chat.
okay.
Memo, you put, I feel like a mod has to remind you of someone, asked, I feel like the seller's not doing a great job to acknowledge that person. I can tell you, when you're running a show and you're moving fast and that chat is moving up and down really quickly, that it is very easy to miss something. It is
especially
very,
Oh, so easy.
again,
So
especially
easy.
if you're
Do
running
not
it
think
from
you're
a
Yeah.
going to be bored.
mobile device, because I just got a laptop, modern laptop. The amount of chat you can see on a phone versus watching the show on a laptop is very
Is
condensed.
enormous, because you can only see like the maybe 3 or 4 comments,
Yes,
depending on how big the
exactly.
comments are, versus a whole page of comments. So if you are
So
not being seen, you most
especially if
likely the
you're
person's not
running a
ignoring you.
Gibby and you have people just joining that flood the chat, all the relevant data gets pushed off screen like that, like that, like that.
Absolutely. Do
Yeah.
and
not think you're
depending on
being
the chat,
ignored.
you got people chatting back and forth between each other, saying hi to
Yep.
each other, whatever. Stuff goes missing really quick. It's very easy that you could miss something. And, that's why mods are there, to help you.
Absolutely. Do
And
not
it's
think
not a
that you're
bash
being
on you,
ignored.
Memo. I'm just responding to your question
Yeah,
I think it was more a
or your
statement.
statement.
I think. Yeah.
Well, again,
you're not being. Chances are you're not being ignored. There is a chance that you are, and
was it Memo
but
420? He's being
Yep.
ignored.
Yeah.
but it's so easy to miss. As someone on the side of the camera, it is so easy to miss comments. And I say it during my show.
Especially, like I
If
said,
I miss your comments, I'm not trying to ignore you. If you're saying something that or if you're asking a question, you're going to get an answer if you're being seen. And if you're being an asshole, you're going to get a response, right? if you're either
Yeah.
going to get kicked out of the room or whatever. If
But
you're
that's generally the
whatever it is.
mods doing their jobs. But if
Right.
you get rated, right? So for instance, you have a givey running and you happen to get rated, right? You're gonna get 30 to 40 notifications of joins and this and that. You're gonna
Absolutely.
miss ton of stuff. There's no doubt about it. It's getting missed.
I will tell you experience. I will tell you, I just saw this last week. There, I'm not going to mention the buyer. He's a big buyer on on whatnot. He was in a show, wanted a book. He asked four times, and these people did not have mods. They were talking, they were fucking off, doing other stuff. And eventually he said in the chat, well, fuck, I'm not spending my money here, and just literally left. Probably lost a couple $100 on the table.
Mhm.
Right? But if it was a 2-person show and they don't have mods, shame on them.
Shame on them. Exactly. That's their bad.
And not to beat them up, but if you're trying to run a multi-person show, one of them should be watching chat. There's no reason to run 2 people if one's not running the show.
That's right. Even my mom, she will watch the show and she'll say, and I'll talk to her after the show or the next day, and she'll go, "Did you catch that comment about this? What this person said or that person said?" And so, and a lot of times I didn't catch it, right? And so that that's having basically another mod. My mom isn't really modding, but sometimes she is. She like, Teresa, you missed a sticker, or you know, um, that type of stuff. But she'll catch comments that,
Yeah, but
and
as a valuable seller, you can reach out to those people and be like, hey, was this yours? It got busy. I just want to verify with you. Right?
absolutely, absolutely,
And
yeah,
then it adds customer service on the back end, which
it
is
does.
something that we don't discuss because it's sold. You got a buyer, you got a label, boom, it's gone.
Right. And also use those video receipts for that kind of stuff. I'm just saying.
Well,
They're very helpful. But
they
they're not
had a
always.
value. They did have a value when mystery boxes were around. Now they're not so much. So when they allowed random mystery boxes, you pretty much had to watch your video receipts to make sure shit went where it belonged because they moved fast.
Yeah.
Now, less relevant.
Well, I don't know. They
No,
saved me just the other day.
they save people, especially when they go back and they look over who got what and what happened.
Yeah. As a seller, they have value. As a
Yeah.
buyer, meh. If
Oh,
I'm in
to
a
me,
claim show and I'm trying to mark off the shit I got in a claim show because I said, yeah, I want X book, and they pulled all the copies. I have stuff in the mail. I think I have duplicates. I don't know which issues I bought. But yeah.
oh, I do it after a show if I can. I use the video receipts to put into CLZ what I bought, so I don't buy um, duplicates of and
Well,
stuff.
yeah, that's why I watch them because I'm like, I want to mark it off my list. So I in the next show, I don't buy it again.
Yeah. But we're going to open it up to the chat and to see if they've got any questions, any new sellers, or other sellers that are like, well, I've got a couple questions, or I've got a question that I'd like to ask. So we're going to open it up to the chat. Give it a second because there's
I just
usually
want to say,
10,
Memo,
10
you're all good,
seconds
my
delay.
friend. Memo, you're all good. I was just answering your question, just like I was trying to pay attention to the chat. No, you're all good. This is what this is all about.
Yeah.
And I know you've been selling for a while and whatnot, and you're one of the good sellers too. So I definitely value your opinion.
I think that when you have a lot of people in your chat and they're interactive, it is very easy, even if you are paying attention. Because I watch on two phones. I'm watching the chat between running and this thing. I've also got my helper behind me watching the chat. I've got my mods in the room watching the chat, and it goes fast. When you only have like maybe 6 or 7, maybe 10, 11 people in the room, it's easier to catch it. But when you've got 30, 40, 50 people talking and they're that stupid joined thing, which is nice when they do it the first time, when they come in the first time, that's fine. But sometimes also, that's one of the reasons why I put mine on invisible, was because I'd be sitting in the room and I'd see my name pop up joined
Oh
over and
yeah,
over and over.
Yeah.
that's
And
the
it's like,
problem with
why
the
is
app
it
is that
doing that?
you
It's like,
didn't
why is it
leave
doing
and keeps showing your name. That's
Yeah,
been a
and
glitch
it's some,
forever.
I don't know what that's about, but it fills your stream up with joining when they're not rejoining the stream or joining it the first time, and
It's the
it'll like go with
refresh on the what do you call it? It's a technical reason. What happens is the session dies, and they actually have to rejoin so that the Ajax stream, so you get stuff without having to reload the page, uh, gets refreshed so that it's a
exactly.
new session. It's just
Yeah,
there's
exactly,
a technical reason for it. That's all.
Well,
exactly. And I
and that's
understand it,
fine,
but
but it really fucks up shows, right?
it
Yeah, I
does.
agree.
You know, it'll make it so it's hard. It'll make it hard for the person
So,
following, especially if you're on
so,
the phone.
but and what you're talking about is a double-edged sword, right? Because you're getting all this engagement, which is what we want, but it makes it hard to engage,
It does.
Well, yes,
right? Like
understand
that's the
that
problem.
after 50 people in your room, the joins go away. They no longer, after there's 50 people, you don't see the joins.
They had talked about being able to turn that off, but it never got implemented.
Yeah, it never got implemented, but yeah, it still is.
Like their
after 50,
beta
they're
offline auctions thing that's been in beta for 3 years.
Yeah.
Basically, for
so
new sellers, you don't have mods. Probably you've never done it. You've really got to pay attention. One thing you could always do is slow down your chat
Mhm.
and
Yep.
slow it down. So if you are getting a lot of people, that's definitely an option I highly recommend. So then it can definitely, you can follow it along. And that's why we're telling you guys, make sure you get a mod. Find somebody that's coming interactive. If a starter Wyatt's coming in your room, you're a new seller, you've seen him, you obviously have probably been on the app and maybe seen his name. Maybe make him a mod. If you see a Pilsner, you might want to think twice. Use
always
caution.
mod Santa.
You see
Flat
my
Earth
name.
Santa.
Never,
Put him
ever,
when you load a
ever
show.
mod
You can load 3 mods. Put Flat Earth Santa
no,
for
Every
every
no,
person
show.
put Flat Earth Santa.
no, God, no. I've modded for like
That's how I
love
met
all
Santa.
I love all these guys, and I will help them to the ends of the earth. But I can't mod. I can't be myself and do the
It's
mod,
a job.
It's
Good
a
job.
job plus the fact of I love to bust on everybody. So if you're
Yeah.
seeing a
Well,
mod
yeah,
bust on people,
that
this
becomes
doesn't look right.
biased.
Yeah.
But I will mod. I'm happy to mod, but also do not expect me to spend in your show because I'm usually busy searching your bin for pre-bids, posting announces, watching the chat. I'm not paying attention to whatever you're doing.
Yes, that's another thing. Memo's absolutely correct.
Absolutely.
Do not act like another seller. You won't. You got to be yourself. We've said it on every single show that I think we've done here. It's take the good, leave the bad, but you got to
Make
be
it your own. Make it your own.
Mm.
Right? I said it before. The Soders have a great model. I can rip them off right now, and I will fail.
Yeah, you
thanks,
can't.
Jason.
You gotta be you. Don't
Well,
try
yeah.
and be somebody else.
No, Santa's come to my old shows, and I had my very own approach. But if I take a working model and I steal it, it's gonna bomb.
Mhm.
Period. I don't care who you are. The app knows. Do not if you show emotions because you're not selling the books, your show is over. Period.
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it is, right? Like
I find if I'm not mentally into doing a show, if I'm tired, if I'm under the weather, if I've gotten into, if I've yelled at the dogs or the kids or something like that,
Yep.
I gotta stop, take a break. Hey, Winter Soldier. I was just talking about him. And then he's in the chat. My mental state, I've got to be positive. I got to be happy. I got to be well caffeinated.
They
And
will read your emotions. They'll read the tone of your
yeah,
voice. They don't
yeah,
care.
And they will pounce because they
Yep.
will keep prodding you till you break at that point, so they can go, "Ooh, he's gonna run stuff cheap now."
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Santa's the only guy in that show.
Yeah, because just think about the people on here. If Skippin's situation is different from all the rest of ours, if you do what Skippin does,
You'll go broke.
you're
Yeah.
gonna be in a world of pain being a new seller without being established.
That's true. That's true.
You go ahead and put a giant size X-Men 1 up as a brand new seller if you have it, and go start it at $1 and see what happens.
$2.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to
Just-
be doing a happy dance, and it's not going to be you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, you got to have the people in the room, and
And it depends on your situation.
it does. It does. It's a big risk. Anytime you start a book at $1 and it's got a value more than $1 or two, you're taking a big risk.
That's because
You know,
Wyatt knows
I've
I
sold
will.
some very big
Oh,
books, and I could have got a lot more selling it on eBay, or I could have got it a lot selling it a lot more, maybe on a different stream, even at a different time. But I'm happy because my number one goal is to get these books into collectors' hands. So I take it as a win, even if it sells for $1. But if you're doing it for an investment purpose, if you're doing it to support your family, if you're doing it for uh a way to make an income, don't do it like I do. Other than having fun, do that. Definitely have that fun with it, but don't think that you're gonna do good selling books at $1 when you only have a couple people in the room. Do not do that. I see other people following my model, and they have 3 or 4 people in the room.
Oh,
Don't do that. Don't do that to
Oof.
yourself.
Yeah.
Please don't do that to
Brutal.
yourselves. Don't follow my model because it's working for me until it gets to the point where you have enough people in the room where it can work for you.
Because there are
Unless
piranhas out there.
there is. I'm one of
There's
them.
Piranhas out there
piranhas
waiting
in
for
Buy
those
your book
there's
people.
for $1.
piranhas in here.
I'll go.
I'm I'm
I'll buy that
absolutely
book
one
for
of them.
$1, and
Ask
and I'll give it
ask
away.
Wyatt about his $4
$4
one.
Venom.
Yep, exactly.
Oh, 1 in 100. I was early in the show, and it was a 1 in 100 Venom. I think it was a Stegman cover. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Yeah.
black and white, and he hit it for $4. And at the time, because I also I'll have a stack of books next to me, and sometimes I'll look them up, and I'll look them up real quick and do a real quick photo search and see what they're about going for. I did not check that one, and I said, "Let me check it," and it was like an
Santa.
80 to $100 book, and he got it for $4. And I was like, son of a gun. He offered to cancel it, and I said, no, sir.
He
Because
just
I,
got a
I
9.9 on it too.
God damn it.
I didn't. I still have it.
A 9. I sold a 10 to a guy, a 10 metal cover, some do you poo thing. But the guy scooped it up and sent me pictures of he got a 10 CGC on it. I'm like, oh my God. But
Oh,
yeah. You live and you learn, But
That guy
I
was
mean,
just stomping your face in the white dog shit right there.
he was like, what? He just wanted to say thanks. And I'm like, I bet you did.
Yep. Neater. Thanks.
Thanks. I was like, I'm so happy. Oh God,
And
yeah.
people feed off of your energy
Yes.
tremendously. And
Oh,
if you're
goddamn
sitting there
much.
bitching, if you're sitting there complaining, if you're sitting there throwing a fucking hissy fit over something,
Yep.
then why did
End
you
your
do it?
show. End it. Like
Mm-hmm.
I leave
you
those streams
tainted.
immediately.
Well, yeah, but you've tainted anyone that stays. You've tainted. You're done anyway.
Just because I say this every show. Just because a book doesn't sell at 2 o'clock doesn't mean that same book will not sell at 2:20
Yep.
Yeah.
or the next time
Again,
you
and
run.
we've talked about it a
Yeah.
bunch. Run the book more than once. If that's your goal to sell the book, run it throughout the show. The
Yeah.
people that in your show at 2 and 2:30 and 3 and 3:30 and 4 are not the same people.
Correct.
If you have a big book, this is another thing I tell people. If you have a big book, put it up in a stand so like when people are scrolling, they see it because some like either the left side or the right side, if you pause for a moment, will go like live before you don't even have to go in the show. It's like eye candy. And not only that, you can sit there and people come in and go, what do you have on that ASM 300? What do
Yep.
you have on ASM 300? And you can sit there. You don't have to start at $1. Sit there and say, well, I want 400 for it or best offer, and let people send you offers on it and then choose.
Yeah. All
Yep.
day. All
Oh.
day. And then when somebody hits me with an offer that's reasonable, I let them know. I always say the same spiel. Like I'm always like, I'll take your offer, but I'm going to extend the clock to 30 seconds, and this is an auction. So if somebody outbids you at that low price, so be it. Fair enough? And they're like, fair enough. Usually, not every time, but usually I'll get a few bids out of that, and
And then
brings it
Wyatt
up.
goes, where am I?
Yeah. Who said that?
He's like, when did I start this? Okay, it's $1 now. Woohoo!
And sometimes when you're in the moment, you're having a good show, you feel like things are starting to go, you kind of get that like, oh, anything is possible, and you're like, let's throw it up for $1. It's like, hey,
Eh,
this is going to go good. I'm telling you, more times than not, you're going to get burned.
Yep.
Yeah.
unless
Sometimes.
unless you've got the buyers in there, and that's the other thing that we don't talk about is know your buyers. Know when they're in the room, whether you can like know as a seller, know who your whales are, know who your know whales of other of buyers from other rooms that just
Yeah.
happen to come in, right?
I
So if you
mean,
know someone like me that comes into the room, you're like,
Explain
oh,
what that is, Flat.
yeah. Well, a whale, it's a term from being in a casino. It's a person that spends a lot of money. Someone that buys big books, someone that spends a lot of money. So if you see a whale that you've seen buying in your others in someone else's streams, and you can tell usually by going in the sold section and seeing somebody that bought in other streams in another stream, you say, hey, this person buys a lot. This person's usually probably a whale. You see that you say hey to that person when they come in. You you do just a little bit more. It doesn't have to be everything, but my point is know who these people are, because if they're coming in your stream, you've got to get them right away. They're looking for something. They'll get your bin. They'll see what you've got, as Punisher said, behind there, and know about it. And the other thing that Punisher brought up is putting it in the background, but put a price and its conditions so you don't have to constantly be taking the book down and showing it off and disrupting your flow. Get your flow,
And
your
taking
one
an
book.
old ass book out of a bag over and over.
Yeah,
That's a good way to lose money.
Yep. I'm just saying, like, have it there, have its basic condition to say, okay, well, we'll I'm gonna run another 10 books, then I'll show it, or something like that. Thoughts?
That goes back with interacting and your mods and everything together to make sure that it all works together. And
absolutely.
it's important, you know, exactly what you said. Like they come in the stream, hey, say hello to people to come in your stream. Interact with them. Let them know you see them, because these people could come in. Trust me, if they got money and they're sitting there and they're looking to buy something, there's what? How many people running at the same time? They could be anywhere.
Anywhere.
So if you want to keep them in there, keep their interest.
That's correct
Zilla
as
just
well, Stella.
noticed that some
Yep.
of the whales don't like to be announced.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I do agree with that.
And I mean, and some of it's like announcement could just be, "Oh, hey, man, good to see you back. Great, da 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 da," and that's it. You know. And if you're shouting out a bunch of people as they come in, it doesn't make it as odd. But how disruptive is it? Sorry, I
Yeah.
just read out
How
loud.
about all of you guys when I go to bid on a book, they're like, oh, Stan has bid on it, it's gotta be good. Everybody start bidding.
That
Don't do that.
sounds like a great hobby I should take up.
Just
Because
follow
what I
Santa
do,
around everywhere he goes and do that to
yeah,
him.
Yep.
because what happens is
He's got like a
I will
dozen
bid
people
on
that do it
stuff.
now.
I do, and I bid on stuff that I don't want, and then people end up with a book that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Again, anybody in the chat have any questions? Anybody on the panel got a question? 1:30 mark. Maybe get another about 15 minutes in. And, we'll see what we've got. If we've got one more question, great. If not, we'll start going around the horn, and you can tell us where you are and where they can find you. So give it a couple seconds because there's about a 10-second delay from chat to us.
One thing I will say is just because they're whale, don't treat anybody else any differently.
No.
They're all
That,
your customers. Treat them
that's
all the
right.
same.
Whether they're a $1 customer or they are a $500 customer night or even more,
Absolutely.
treat them the same. And I gotta say, I have some people that are very famous people that come in my room under their alias, and very
I'm here.
wealthy people. Well, besides you, um, uh,
I'm here too.
well, or Santa, um, but they
Is there any room left in here for egos?
they like to see that they are that you're treating other people the same way, right? And I've had a conversation with one person that I know he's a famous actor, and as his spouse, and I also have another person who is a multimillionaire that buys from me, and they don't want to be called out. They don't want to be known that they are a whale, so to speak, right? And so, um, but they've acknowledged the fact that I treat people pretty equally, right? I try and welcome everybody. I try and greet everybody, and I'm kind to people, whether they spend the smaller amounts or the bigger amounts. And so I think that keeps them interested in as well, because I'm not just like money hungry grabbing, right? I'm not like trying to stroke them just to get their dollar, because their dollar's just as green as the next guy, and I mean, in my opinion, now they may have more green than other people, but you still try and treat people equally and kindly, and that reflects in your selling.
Don't
So
forget, people, yes, they're buying books, but sometimes they're buying the personality, the show, the energy. They're buying everything because,
right,
think about it. Unless you have something that you create and something else, a lot of the books that are on the market, a lot of people have or a something. So, I mean, they could buy it other places.
exactly, they absolutely can buy from anybody. So the generosity, the kindness that you provide, some people are there just for the companionship, that maybe they're having a lull in their life where, you know, they're not having a lot of interaction and they're buying just for the interaction of it. And sometimes they don't even have the money for the interaction, but don't treat them any less, right? Because they're just as equally as important. I mean, it may not make a difference on your bottom dollar, but it's definitely going to make a difference on their day.
Very
That
solid.
same person that might be having it rough this month might their fortunes might change in the down the road, and they're going to remember that.
That's
Mhm.
right. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, you know, just I know that the business is a business, but don't discard someone, or you may not even know. They may be just like waiting to spend their money,
Mhm.
right? To choose that you're the person they want to give their money to. So don't think that just because they're not buying today doesn't mean they're not going to buy tomorrow. And, you know, treat them all with the same kind of respect you'd want to be treated with. That's what it comes down to.
I could tell you a
Yep.
quick story, and I could tell you a quick story, a perfect example of this. The guy that owned most of Wildwood Boardwalk, he owned a lot of the big stuff on the boardwalk. Every time he go to buy a car or buy something, he would literally have 60, $80,000 on him in
Yep.
cash. And he would go in the dirtiest pair of jeans, a scruffy t-shirt, and look like he couldn't afford a Happy Meal, and they would treat him like shit. And then he would go down to someplace else, because you're not the only one that sells that. Goes down and literally pay cash for it. So
That's
you
right.
Yep.
just never know.
That's right.
I've done it. Like not dress, but just jeans and a t-shirt to buy an Acura MDX. We're talking what, an 80, $90,000 vehicle, and they're like, "You can't afford this," and I'm like, "Okay, well, I guess I'm going. I'm going to the neighboring town to buy it." Like, it's ludicrous. Treat everyone as you would be treated, just like everyone said here. Don't treat your whales any different. Just, um, it is what it is. And most whales and the good ones want that. They don't want to be known. They want everyone treated equally because they're not there to most of them don't want to just, bully around people. That's not what they want. They just
No,
want to get the books that they want to get at a fair price too. So like that's how it is. Um, but we're going to go around the horn, have everybody say exactly where they can find you, where they can get you on whatnot, and the socials. So we're going to start with Mr. Pilsner.
I'm bouncing around shows. You'll see me. You need a mod, reach out. That's it.
Okay. Mr. Starter Wyatt.
I do most Saturday mornings, pretty steady, 10 in the morning till about 12:30 or 1. And then I've been trying to do Thursday nights as well, which is sometimes turned into Wednesday night, but pretty steady every Saturday for the last and next few. Um on whatnot, Start a Wyatt, on Instagram, Start a Wyatt, but I don't do anything hardly on it. I'm an old guy and trying I focus on whatnot. That's about it.
All right, Mr. Punisher.
First of all, I want to thank everyone that came into the show on Saturday. If you don't know, I flew down to Florida to surprise Surtur on a Thursday show, and I was there. We worked really, really hard to put together the blind bag show, and it was a pretty epic event for us. And I truly, truly appreciate everybody that came out and supported us and got to see some really cool stuff that we did. I will tell you that we got back to work and we are working on more stuff. Me and Surtur like never quit. We're always constantly working, and it means the world to me to know that people want something that I created or had a part of, and they want it and they put it on their wall or they enjoy it. And that means the world to me. It really does. Besides that, I'm not going to have a show till the following Saturday. I kind of need a break from this week because right now we're in busy season, but you can get me a Punisher Rider on Whatnot. Also, Punisher Rider 1, it's a private account, but all you got to do is send me message or ask, and I'll verify who you are, and then I'll accept you into my Instagram. And if you ever need any help with anything on Whatnot, I help tons and tons of people with different issues. Please just send me a private message on Whatnot, and I'll be more than happy to help you out. And I'm very grateful for everybody. And I am where I am and who I am right now on Whatnot is because of all of you. Thank you.
Nice. And Skippin, where can they find you? Where can they get you on the socials?
Well, I'm not really on social media as far as skipping stones goes. You know, I do the grandma thing on Facebook and whatnot, or on Instagram, but whatnot on Fridays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. Um, I'm there every week, pretty much like clockwork. I do have a big show coming up though this Friday. I'd like everybody to join me if you guys would like to. I'm doing a full benefit show. It's my grandma's birthday, and she would be 97 this year. We lost her 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago now, a year and a half ago. But this show is going to be a complete fundraiser for the Diabetes Foundation, and for we're doing part of the donations are going to uh for children of diabetes, but all the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds, every bit of it, every book sold, Whatnot doesn't take, every dollar is going to fight diabetes. We're going to be giving away a lot of giveaways, a lot more bigger giveaways. We got all kinds of collectible items that my uncle collected. Um, I've just got like all kinds of goodies to give away. And I'm hoping that everybody will join me on Friday to celebrate my grandmother, to celebrate my uncle, to celebrate what brings me to Whatnot. And yeah, so that's what I'm hoping for. So we can really raise a lot of money and donate it in my grandmother's name. She lost not only her parents, not only her husband, her children, and even my granddaughter has diabetes at 4 years old. So let's fight that shit, okay?
Yep. Everyone get there. If you don't, I'm coming and kicking your ass. Plain and
That's
simple.
fine.
I will fly out, and I can do it too. I'll be like Jay and Silent Bob at the end of the movie. I'm coming to get you. Yeah, that's please everybody. Diabetes is wrecking a lot of families.
It
So
is.
it's definitely hurt mine. So please, get in there, help as much as you can.
Absolutely.
Uh,
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
um, I would, for me, obviously, we've got Whatnot, Why Not? You're on the show as it is. We do that every Wednesdays. Sorry it was at 9 o'clock. We're going to try to get it back to 8 o'clock. The We've got the second show of Guess the Grade tomorrow night. We got the first batch back, so we're going to be showing the grades and showing new books that are going off to CGC. You can come on. I show them live. You get to see them in a real cool camera. It's really it's really high def. You can see the book, every little nook, every little cranny, and then you guess the grade. And at the end of the year, whoever's got the most correct answers wins a very cool slab. So it's going to be awesome. So if you want to learn how to grade, we also teach people about why we give it the grade we give it. That's to help people out. And of course, our Monday night show, where our current champion is on the panel. Uh, we do 3 to 4. We bring 3 contestants on. They bring 3 to 4 books every single week, or that they got in the past week, and the chat gets to decide who wins. It's a really cool. It's a lot of fun. Punisher constantly tries to show his asshole to make people vote for him, but it is what it is. We put that new rule into effect.
No showing booty.
Yes, I am the Ric Flair of
But
bragging
does he
rights.
lose because it's too big or too small? Is the question.
I'm the defending champ, bitch.
So it's a lot of fun. And again, the person who wins, anyone can come on. So if you've got cool books and you want to compete, come on the show. It's a lot of fun. We're always looking for new people to come and show stuff off, because I mean, you got cool stuff. You're like, hey, I want to show it off. So yeah, if you want to hit me up, let me know, and we'll get you on. Other than that, thank you guys. We couldn't do this show without the chat. We can't do it without people coming, watching us. Thank you to the panelists. You make this easy as a host, because my God, I'm a dumbass, and let's face it.
Facts.
Exactly.
I gotta give all the credit to Stones and Wyatt, because the rest of us fuck.
Yeah, so we're again, thank you guys for coming out. We really appreciate it. I'm gonna play you out. If you want, we can throw you backstage, and we'll just have a little talk backstage if you want. If not, have a great evening, guys. Thank you again. We really appreciate it. We hope to see you guys next week.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.